Okay, welcome to my civic education class this evening. With me here, your teacher, I've come with a question under civic education, and this question is specifically coming from a topic called citizenship. Okay, so today we are going to look at how we can answer examination questions, particularly essay questions in civic education. So can you pay a particular attention so that we can move together? So the first question says, what does the concept citizenship mean? That is the question. So now, since this is questions, essay type of questions, so what you are going to do is actually to write or rather to explain the meaning of citizenship in paragraph form, like they have done it. Okay. Then for B, they are telling us to describe qualities of good citizen. So for that one, it is going to be written in the point form. But one thing that you should not forget is that when we are looking at these particular questions, remember each question carries 20 marks. So this one, all of these questions that we have, there are only 2 questions there. So we have 20 marks. So bearing in mind that the question that you are handling is 20 marks, you should actually come up with reasonable points that will actually give you that 20 marks. Okay. So if possible, you can even be counting the number of points that you are bringing out as you are writing. Very, very important. That is one of the strategies that I'm giving you today. You must understand that one. Okay, so quickly let us go through the questions and see how we are going to answer them. So what does the concept citizen mean? You start now answering. Citizenship is belonging to a state where one enjoys all the rights and privileges. Belonging to a state where one enjoys privileges and as well as what? Rights. Okay, that is citizenship. Okay, just belong to a state where you and I are enjoying privileges and rights. Okay, granted by their state, because every state gives its rights to its citizen as well as the privileges. So if you are able to enjoy those privileges and rights, just know that you are a citizen of that particular country. Okay, then you write a full stop like this, then you continue. It requires performing duties and obligation towards the state and the other institutions within. So as a citizen of that particular country, you are supposed, or rather you are conditioned to perform duties and obligation towards the state and other institutions within that particular country or a state. Okay, then you write a full stop after you have written like that. And therefore, a citizen and the state have a mutual relationship. They have got a very good relationship between a citizen and a state. Okay, there is a mutual relationship between them. Okay, so this is how you can answer the question which says, what does the concept the citizenship mean? Okay, you are going to answer it like this. Then quickly, let's go to question B. Describe qualities of a good citizen. Okay, so you can write this one now in points. Okay, based on the number of qualities that you are going to come up with for a citizen or a good citizen. 1.1, living up to democratic principles. So as a citizen, you have to live up to democratic principles. This requires the willingness to participate in the affairs of the state, e.g. voting. Okay, so as a citizen, a good citizen, you should make sure that I have to live up to the democratic principles of my country. Okay, you have to take part in the national affairs. For example, you should go and vote. Voting alone is the indication of you being a good what? Citizen. You should exercise that. So to participate, this requires the willingness to participate in the affairs of a state, such as exercising the right to vote. So you have to exercise that right. And by so doing, you are going to be labeled a good citizen. Then another point, contribution to the national development. So as a citizen, you should have it in your mind that I should be contributing to the national development. So you have to identify some possibilities in you to say, what is it that I can do in order for me to contribute to the development of my country? Okay, if you have that sense, then you are a good citizen. Okay, so this is the readiness to render services to a nation. You are very much ready to render any service to a nation. Okay, so that particular service you are rendering means you are a good citizen because you are ready or you are willing to render the services to the nation. Okay, that is being a good citizen. Then the other point or the quality of a good citizen is self-control. So a good citizen should have a what? A self-control. This is the ability to restrain oneself from doing bad things. Okay, self-control. Sometimes as a citizen, as a human being, you are being provoked by your colleagues, by your fellow humans. But as a good citizen, you should actually try by all means possible to avoid to do what? Bad things against that particular person who is provoking you. Okay, so if you have that capacity of controlling yourself, it means you have that quality of a good citizen. Okay, then the other one is conscience. This is the sense of responsibility and service towards the community. So if you have the conscience, okay, you have that sense of responsibility to say, I'm responsible, I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to do that in my country. It means you are a good citizen, or you have a good quality, or a quality of a good citizen. Okay, then conscience drives one to perform his or her duties honestly and diligently. So when you are doing things, you have that conscience to say, I'm supposed to do this. If I do this, then I'm going to be guilty. So that means you have the quality of a good citizen. So you should have conscience. And those people with conscience, they actually perform their duties honestly and diligently. Okay, so that is what defines to be a good citizen in a certain state. Then the other one is courage, qualities. We're talking about qualities of a good citizen. In courage. So this is the strength to stand up for one's convictions when conscience demand it. Okay, so when conscience demand it, you have to stand up. That is courage. You should have courage as a citizen. Respect for law. So as a citizen, you should be respecting law. You should have it in your mind to say, I should not do this because once I do this, I'll break the law. So if you have that order in your mind, it means you are going to be labeled as a good citizen. This is the willingness to abide by laws. Okay, even when one may not be in complete agreement, it is their willingness, okay, to attempt several times in order to accomplish worthwhile goals. Okay, that is respect for law. So as a good citizen, you should be respecting the what? The law. Okay. Then we also have perseverance. Citizens, the good citizen, they should always have perseverance. Okay, like the current situation that we are passing through at the moment, the conscience is telling us that our able leader, who is our president, is actually putting in place long-term measures that will actually eradicate the issue of road shedding completely. So, as a good citizen, we should have, we should actually have the perseverance, okay, patience. We have to be patient enough as good citizens. So if you are not patient, it means you are not a good citizen. Okay, that is about perseverance. Then empathy. We also empathy also is one of the quality to a good what citizen. So empathy, having a concern or compassion for the well-being of others, especially for the vulnerable in the society or in the community. So if you have that compassion, you should have that compassion, empathy to other affairs, to other people, okay? More especially the vulnerable people. When you see people suffering, then maybe you have that capacity of helping. You have to come in as a good citizen. By so doing, you are going to be labeled a good citizen. Okay? Then the other one is patriotism. This involves a sense of love and loyalty to a state by observing the values and principles of one's country. So, sense of love. So, patriotism simply means you should have love for your country. Okay? You should love your country with all your heart, with all your mind, so that you can positively contribute to the affairs of your country. Okay, so this involves the sense of love and loyalty to a state. You have to be loyal to the state by observing the values and principles of one's country. So these are some of the qualities of a good citizen, and this is the way you are supposed to write them during exam. So this is how we answer essay type of questions in civic education. Thank you so very much for your attention, but please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Pedagogy Academy. Follow me on my Facebook page, Mr. A+, and on TikTok. I'm there. Follow me for more exclusive videos. Remember, I'm here to take you there academically. Thank you so much for now.